Is Parasite SEO dead, and is it actually going to carry on working into 2024 and beyond? One thing I always say about Parasite SEO is that although it can be seen as a quick fix and easy win, a lot of the time it's very hit and miss. And sometimes the instant results you want still take a bit longer to take effect. Here's an example I published a couple of months ago, where I was talking about the $75 Parasite site I found. This is basically a local news site where for just $75 you can submit a press release, and that will rank on Google really well. If you go to seojesus.com, sign up for my Ranking Revelations newsletter, you will then receive a welcome email which includes a link to that particular Parasite should you wish to use that $75 press release. Now, the interesting thing about this case was that it actually took quite a while to take effect. So I published it in the middle of October, and then by the end of November, nothing was really happening. So I was getting some traction, but not a lot. But ever since then, this has taken off. And this recently peaked with organic traffic of 49. That's only an Ahrefs underestimate. But as usual, I always talk about targeting high value keywords. So the traffic value per month from this particular page was $800. And if we go and look at the individual keywords, my tactic here was, as this is a local news site, I could see it was performing very well in New Jersey. So I thought, let's go after New Jersey related search terms. So naturally, I went with NJ search engine optimization on the grounds that I've got an SEO agency. My average client is paying between $2,000 and $4,000 per month. And most of them are pretty happy with us, so they do stick around for a very long time. So the average lifetime value of that client is very high. Therefore, I should be doing all I can to get more clients into my agency. And that's why this particular search term has got a CPC, so cost per click, if you were using Google Ads, of around $40. But instead, through this Parasite strategy, I've been able to get a lot of that for free because NJ search engine optimization, 150 searches per month, I am at position 6, I am on page 1. Then we've got all these variations on that. Even the really high volume ones, New Jersey SEO, NJ SEO company, I'm at position 21, so not far away. As usual, I'm following my usual off-page process for this kind of Parasite SEO, which is CTR manipulation plus tiered links through MoneyRobot. There's loads of videos on my channel about how I achieved this, plus I reveal more in Ranking Revelation. Now, just the other day I revealed how I was able to rank for free on a Google group. So I went for SEO for cannabis, and now it's early days, but I'm at position 34 for SEO for cannabis and a load of related terms. However, I logged in the other day to see, effective from 15th of January, Google Groups will no longer support new Usenet content. Posting and subscribing will be disallowed. Now, from the sounds of it, this means Google Groups is going to carry on largely as it is, but this particular Usenet function is going away, they're ending support. I'll spare you the details, but it does seem like Google is slowly crawling back on what you can actually use Google Groups for, which is unsurprising because you can see it's being totally obliterated with affiliate Parasite posts. Now, this is only talking about Usenet, so it doesn't really affect us that much for now. However, in the meantime, I've gone to actually have a look at the traffic. And what we're seeing is, for this particular Google group, the traffic that's been exploding for the last month has now completely tanked. So it's around the November 2023 update that then caused this group to absolutely rocket. So up to almost 1 million visitors per month, all through affiliate spam. And now that's come right down. Remember, Ahrefs, there's always kind of a time delay because it has to refresh each of those keyword reports. So when you get a fast drop like this, what you'll generally find is that 268 that's there now is not accurate. It's just those keywords haven't updated yet. This has probably gone to pretty much zero. So this is the big question we've all been asking, that Parasite SEO does seem a bit of a hack. How long is Google actually going to allow that? So how does this relate across other parasites? Outlook India actually started declining quite a while ago. So beginning of September, it's dropped significantly. Now, it's still getting 8 million visitors per month, but that's a very strong decline from 25 million a month. Times Union, another one. Times Union's towards the more premium end, it is quite expensive, but even then we are seeing a decline, but not particularly significant, only about a third or so. Here's another parasite that's an interesting example of what can go wrong, where this site totally exploded with affiliate posts, was getting 3 million traffic a month, and has now come down to 300,000, so a massive impact there. But the effect with this one was actually twofold, because on this particular site, you were able to get a Parasite post for just $50. So I was using that all day long, but then came the day where we sent our usual email out saying, can you post this? And they came back saying, sorry, we are no longer doing sponsored posts. And that was it. End of story. There was no further negotiation. We were able to get a $50 post that ranked really well, and just overnight it was gone. Now, that $75 local news site I mentioned does still seem to be ranking well. They had an enormous increase originally between June and October. That has pulled back quite a lot, so they've gone from 300,000 a month down to 150,000 a month, so cut in half unfortunately, but still ranking pretty well. And what you got to remember with all of these is that the decline in total traffic isn't really what you're worried about. You want to dig down and see what your particular target keywords are doing. Because what you'll generally find is these pages, these sites are still actually ranking for those terms, even if some of their bigger content might have gone down. So we're looking at individual pages and their traffic rather than the overall traffic of the website as a whole. So if we look at Outlook India, go into top pages. So yes, on the face of it, Outlook India has tanked, been hit really hard, but they're still number 3 for how to sell feet pics, number 11 for SMM panel, number 1 for sugar daddy apps in the US. So this is what I always say to clients when they're experiencing a traffic drop. Don't focus on the macro. Your overall traffic might be down, but you're probably actually going to find that your core commercial content is still ranking really well. So that's why often your traffic and revenue don't quite line up, because your revenue is dependent normally on just a few key commercial pages. So as long as they're still ranking really well, then you're good. Whereas you might have a load of info content on your website, and maybe Google's just introduced a feature snippet or some other kind of rich result at the top of search results, which means you're no longer getting that traffic. So your low value, high volume info content might have tanked, but your core commercial content is still there. But as mentioned with Parasite SEO, there's basically two threats there. On one side, you've got Google and how Google actually ranks these kinds of pages. But then on the other side, you've got the webmasters. Now, originally, the whole base of the Parasite SEO is that whole negotiation with the webmasters, where you're taking on risk, paying them an upfront fee, with the hope of getting a huge amount of value in the long term. Now, one thing I've always worried about Parasite SEO is why do those webmasters simply not swap out your affiliate link for their own affiliate link if your page is ranking really well? Now, most of them are obviously not that shady. I've not actually heard of this happening before. But I think there is a degree of an awareness gap. So early on, these webmasters simply didn't know what was going on, whereas now I think they're pretty much on top of exactly what's going on. And so for that reason, I wouldn't be surprised if they start charging accordingly. So no wonder some of these lower cost $50 opportunities have disappeared. Now with Outlook India, I was a bit of an idiot because I reached out directly and assumed that I was therefore getting the very best rate. So I paid $600 in the past for Outlook India. That was my SEO for Coaches article that still ranks really well. So again, overall traffic has declined, but my actual article is still fine. Intrigued higher up, I've actually got my own LinkedIn Parasite as well. So SEO for Coaches, I've got my Coach SEO Keywords LinkedIn article. So that's driving traffic. And then my Outlook India article. So this is exactly what you'd want to do with Parasite SEO. Yes, it's nice to get one post up onto page 1 of Google, but ultimately you want to monopolize page 1 and have all these articles all linking together, powering each other up, but also just taking over that search result. Now, what I didn't realize at the time was there are certain service providers out there who have actually negotiated really hard with some of these publishers and got big volume deals. And so they're able to do a really good offer. So I announced this on Black Friday when I was able to get a load of Outlook India posts for just $220 each. And loads of my Ranking Revelation subscribers got access to that deal and signed up. And you can see here, loads of other parasites for a good price. Prices are now going up on these, so make sure you click the link below to secure yours today. However, just the other day, I received an email from Samrat at this service saying just a quick follow-up on the last email about the orders you placed with us. This is having bought about 10 Outlook India articles. Are you ready with the content for Outlook and others? There is an anticipated pricing increase in the new year from the publishing houses, so we want to close orders before if possible. And now looking at the order page, we can see the standalone Outlook India is no longer available. We can still get the $520 option, which includes the Outlook India placement plus 10 high quality contextual links. And that's still $520, which is less than I paid just for the Outlook India article by going direct. But we can see this opportunity is closing up as we speak. We don't know what that price rise is going to be in the new year. So I'll leave a link to the service below. Loads of people were able to pile in on my Black Friday offer, bought up a load of these, and they've now got those secured. But that opportunity already is no longer available. I suspect a lot of these are actually going to go up in price significantly very soon. So I'd jump in while you've got the chance, get those orders placed before Christmas, and get your Parasite pages ranking while you still can. And then just a reminder of how I achieved this. So I've got 2 Parasite posts on page 1 for SEO for Coaches. So the off-page steps I take are a blast with Money Robot. You can use various backlinking tools like GSA, SEO Autopilot, Money Robot, and these are low-quality links you would not point at your own website. But Google's not going to take down LinkedIn, and as we've seen, it's trying to diminish Outlook India and major parasites, but it's just not happening. So this is an easy way to get lots of power, lots of cheap links into your page. and then I run CTR manipulation, so I have a robot running on proxies that basically searches my keyword, clicks on my results. That's exactly how I was able to win a Parasite SEO competition, where we were all piling in trying to rank for Rhino North Korea. I've now dropped down to number 2, but at the time stayed at number 1, minimal effort, just those 2 steps in order to stay ahead here. Now, I still caution that Parasite SEO is a shiny object. There's no guarantee it's going to work long term. I would always say to business owners, yes, you can utilize it, but treat it in the nice to have category rather than the essential category. In the essential category, just focus on the fundamentals, keep writing great content, building great links for your own website. That's how you can keep building that asset that's going to continue to deliver whatever the future holds for SEO. I'm pretty sure that those fundamentals are not going to change. If you've got good content and good links, you have a good product, good business, then any future generative search, Bard, anything like that is just going to recommend you. Because the way Google works simply makes sense in that originally it was trying to sort through all these documents based on relevance. So how many pages are actually addressing the search term? And then how does it decide which one should go higher up? Well, we'll look at academia and how academic citations works, where whoever gets the most references is therefore the most authoritative and the best quality. And that's exactly how Google works today. So write the right content that addresses the search intent and then get enough other websites to link to you so you can get to number 1. I don't see that changing anytime soon, and that's exactly what we commit to in our service. So we focus on building high quality backlinks because that's what most people struggle with. There's loads of FAQs on this page which explain more about the service, but fundamentally the links aren't going to work if your content isn't up to scratch. So we'll also help you improve your content, improve your topical authority to make sure those links work. Now, we do still have clients who like to play around with a bit of Parasite SEO, and therefore the off-page factors, so the tiered links plus the CTR manipulation, is quite a complex technical process to implement. So we actually do that for them free of charge when they sign up. Because again, we want to focus on building assets. So your website is an asset that's going to continue to bring you traffic and leads for years to come. The businesses now that are doing really well with SEO started out 5-10 years ago. So every day is the best time to start SEO. You haven't missed out. There's still lots to play for. But if you can get started today, going into 2024, then you'll be in the best position to get that organic evergreen traffic and leads from Google. So Parasite's great. It can work, but it's very short term. It's a quick win, doesn't work every time. And the main risk is it's a distraction. So by all means, experiment, try it out. But you simply can't beat focusing on your own website that you control. I recently filmed a podcast with James Dooley, 7-figure rank and rent lead gen SEO, and his big pushback against Parasite SEO was that it's really nothing new compared to just ranking guest posts. And that's exactly what we do in the agency. When we place links for our clients, we try to make sure we actually produce a high quality, surfer optimized article that could actually rank on Google. Because your links are always going to be much more powerful if that page is actually ranking for some of your target keywords and then linking to you. So most people think link building is simply getting links wherever you can, as cheap as you can. But if those links aren't getting traffic, then there's limited options there. Whereas if you've got a relevant site, high DR, and that's a genuine, powerful site where the backlink profile has been checked and proved to be legitimate, and if that page does rank for keywords, then that's going to be the most powerful link you can get. So places are limited. We do quite often implement waiting lists. You do need a budget of at least $2,000 per month. But if that is you, you're a busy entrepreneur, and you want to get these links that are truly going to move the needle for you, then by all means apply today, and we can get that process started.